Scene script. Have you ever wondered how the fishing gear you choose can impact the sustainability of the seafood industry? Picture this, a world where the seafood on your plate is not just a delicious meal, but a testament to a healthy and thriving marine ecosystem. This is not a far-fetched dream, but a potential reality hinging on the choices we make, and yes, that includes the fishing gear we use. Sustainability in the seafood industry is about more than just ensuring a steady supply of our favorite aquatic delights. It's about preserving the delicate balance of marine life, protecting diverse habitats, and supporting the livelihoods of communities who depend on these resources. At the very core of this intricate web of sustainability lies the choice of fishing gear. Different types of fishing gear have varying impacts on the environment and marine life. For instance, consider long lines. These are long fishing lines studded with hundreds, sometimes thousands of baited hooks. While they're effective at catching targeted species like tuna and swordfish, they're also notorious for hooking unintended species, a phenomenon known as bycatch. This includes endangered creatures like sea turtles and albatrosses. On the other hand, we have traps and pots. These are typically used to catch crustaceans like crab and lobster. Compared to long lines, they're more selective, causing less bycatch and habitat damage. However, if not retrieved, these can turn into ghost gear, continuing to trap and kill marine life long after they've been abandoned. And then there's trawling, a method that involves dragging a large net across the sea floor. It's highly effective, no doubt, but it's also highly destructive, indiscriminately scooping up everything in its path and often causing significant damage to the seabed. So you see, the fishing gear we choose to use isn't just a matter of efficiency or convenience. It's a decision that ripples through our oceans, affecting marine life, habitats, and ultimately the sustainability of the seafood industry. So the type of fishing gear you use can significantly affect the health of our oceans and the sustainability of the seafood industry. Let's dive into some facts and figures to better understand the impact of different fishing gear on the seafood industry. First up, we have trawling nets. These nets are gargantuan, often spanning the length of several football fields. They are dragged along the ocean floor, indiscriminately scooping up everything in their path. According to a report by the Food and Agriculture Organization, trawling nets are responsible for around 20% of the world's total fish catch. However, they also account for nearly half of the global bycatch, which includes non-target species like sea turtles, dolphins, and a myriad of endangered marine creatures. Next on the list are long lines. These can stretch for tens of miles, dangling thousands of baited hooks. These lines are left in the ocean for hours or even days, catching anything that takes the bait. While long lines are not as destructive to the seafloor as trawling nets, they pose a significant threat to seabirds, sharks, and sea turtles. In fact, long lines contribute to around 1/4 of the total global bycatch. Finally, we have gill nets. These nets are walls of translucent mesh, practically invisible underwater. Fish swim into the nets and get stuck by their gills. Gill nets are highly effective at catching target species, but they also ensnare a lot of non-target species. According to research by the World Wildlife Fund, gill nets are responsible for around 10% of the world's bycatch. In total, estimates suggest that these three types of fishing gear alone result in an annual bycatch of over 7 million tons. That's equivalent to the weight of about 1 million elephants. The choice of fishing gear is a crucial factor in the sustainability of our seafood industry. Each method has its own set of advantages and disadvantages, but all contribute to the issue of bycatch and environmental damage. It's a delicate balancing act between efficiency and sustainability. As you can see, the type of fishing gear used can drastically alter the amount of bycatch and environmental damage. What might be the cost of unsustainable fishing practices on the seafood industry and our ecosystems? Picture this, a vast ocean teeming with diverse marine life. Now imagine that same ocean, but its vibrancy is fading. The once abundant species are now just whispers of their former selves. The coral reefs, once the bustling cities of the sea, are left deserted. This is the grim reality we face if we continue down the path of unsustainable fishing practices. Our oceans are a treasure trove of biodiversity. However, unsustainable fishing practices, such as overfishing, are stripping our seas of their richness. Overfishing doesn't just mean we're catching too many fish. It means we're depleting fish stocks faster than they can replenish themselves. It's like withdrawing money from a bank account faster than you're depositing Eventually, you'll run out. But the cost of these practices isn't just ecological, it's economic too. The seafood industry is a significant global economic force. It provides livelihoods for hundreds of millions of people, but overfishing threatens to destabilize this. As fish populations decline, so too does the industry's ability to sustain jobs and generate income. Then there's the issue of habitat destruction. Fishing methods like bottom trawling can be incredibly damaging to the seafloor. These methods can wipe out entire ecosystems, leaving a barren wasteland in their wake. The loss of these habitats means the loss of breeding grounds for many species, further exacerbating the problem of declining fish stocks. The decline in seafood populations also has a ripple effect up the food chain. Larger predator species rely on fish for their diet. As their food source dwindles, so too does their population. This can throw entire ecosystems out of balance, with potentially devastating consequences. The cost of unsustainable fishing practices is high, not just in economic terms, but also in terms of the health of our marine ecosystems. These are not just our oceans we're talking about. They are the lifeblood of our planet, and we all have a stake in their well-being. It's time to take action and ensure the sustainability of our seafood industry for the sake of our oceans, our economies, and our future. What if we told you that the power to change this lies in your hands? Yes, indeed. Each one of us can make a significant difference when it comes to sustainability in the seafood industry. It all begins with the choices we make, including the type of fishing gear used. Let's talk about some sustainable alternatives to harmful fishing gear. One of the most promising options is the use of circle hooks. Unlike traditional J-hooks, circle hooks are designed to hook fish in the mouth rather than the gut, reducing the likelihood of fatal injuries. This means that non-target species, or bycatch, can be released back into the ocean with a much greater chance of survival. Another innovative solution is the use of LED lights in fishing nets. Research has shown that illuminating nets can drastically reduce bycatch, as certain species are deterred by the light. This doesn't just help to protect marine ecosystems, but also increases the efficiency of the fishing process by ensuring that the catch is predominantly made up of the target species. There's also the option of switching to trap or pot fishing, which is a passive fishing method that significantly reduces bycatch and habitat damage. Traps and pots are baited and left in the water for a certain period, attracting only the desired species. They are then hauled up, leaving the ocean floor relatively undisturbed. But why should we bother with these alternatives? Well, they have far-reaching benefits for both the seafood industry and marine ecosystems. They can increase the longevity and productivity of fisheries, safeguard jobs, and protect the diverse species that call our oceans home. Plus, by reducing bycatch, we can help to maintain the balance of marine ecosystems. This is crucial as every species plays a unique role in the health of our oceans. By protecting them, we're not just preserving biodiversity, but also the future of our seafood supply. By choosing sustainable fishing gear, we can all play a part in protecting our oceans and ensuring the future of the seafood industry. So what does this mean for you, the consumer? Well, you play a pivotal role in promoting sustainable fishing practices. Each time you purchase seafood, you're voting with your wallet. You're signaling to the industry what matters to you, and if what matters to you is sustainability, you can make a significant difference. How? By making informed choices, by taking a moment to understand where your seafood comes from, how it was caught, and what kind of impact it has on our oceans. You see, not all fishing gear is created equal. Some methods are more harmful than others, causing unnecessary damage to marine habitats and unintentionally catching and killing countless other species. But there are also businesses out there that are committed to using sustainable fishing gear. They understand the need to protect our oceans, to ensure that future generations can enjoy the same abundance of seafood that we do today. And they're doing their part to make it happen, but they can't do it alone. They need your support. They need you to choose their products over the ones caught using unsustainable methods. They need you to spread the word, to tell your friends and family about the importance of sustainable fishing practices. And they need you to keep making those informed choices time and time again. Because remember, every choice you make sends a message. And if enough of us send the same message, if enough of us say that we care about our oceans, that we want to preserve them for future generations, then we can create a wave of change. A wave that can reach all the way to the fishing industry, prompting them to rethink their practices and prioritize sustainability. Your choices matter. By supporting sustainable fishing practices, you can help ensure the future of the seafood industry. If you found this video informative, don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. And remember, the future of our oceans is in your hands.